Yes, nonsense and analysis.
Yes, here we are again.
Absolutely.
What are we doing today?
Tata Steel 2025 fireworks.
Yes, that was certainly an entertaining tournament, and the youngsters of India are coming through strongly.
Absolutely. I mean, it was beautiful to actually see. I was reading somewhere, I think the last Indian to have won, it's quite a while back, possibly Anand. I don't think anyone else.
Yeah.
And then, but now what was interesting is that in the final day, the guys who are fighting for the title are both from India, both youngsters. And I think we'll be seeing more and more of these guys in this fight, for tournaments, for titles,
they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, they're just getting stronger and stronger.
So
beautiful to see.
Congratulations to Praggnanandhaa for winning this one. Beating the world champion in a tie break over there.
Yes.
Yeah, Praggnanandhaa, very impressive.
Yes.
So is he perhaps the future world championship challenger?
Yeah, I think he definitely can raise his hand. And if someone remembers last time I said that it was Abdusattorov, he was there somewhere.
Yeah.
I still think it's him. But I think Prague is certainly saying, hey, don't forget about me. A number of very interesting things. I mean, Eric Aisi, I was a bit disappointed because I like him as a player, very fiery player. And at first, things were not going well for him. But second half, he came back strongly. And actually, in the last round, he
was actually a factor in the tournament.
Absolutely.
So there's lots of drama.
Very happy to see that he's showing that, his 2,800 is not a fluke in any way. He belongs there. It's just that, it's human. The first half just didn't go his way.
Yeah.
But the class and everything is there.
Yeah, I mean, I get this feeling like if you don't know which way to look. If you look this way, there's a 2,800 Indian youngster, and if you look that way, it's another guy that's threatening to win the tournament. You look that way, it's a world champion. I mean, you have Hari Krishna also. They taking some scouts as well in the tournament. So.
Yeah. And Vidit is not even featuring. I mean, I think then just India is just so strong. At one stage, I mean, China was. I mean, they won the Olympiad and they had so many players. But I think India is miles ahead now. They've really taken over, and this youngster Mendoka who played, baptism of fire for him. But don't forget, he's going to learn. He's young.
He won the challenges last year, right?
He won the challenges, and now remember he will have some trainers, a team. They're going to work. This is the best thing that can happen to him because weaknesses were shown.
Yeah.
Right. The problem with let's take our example, South Africa. We don't make those jumps because we don't have people or rather moments with players who can show us our weaknesses. The weaknesses are always there, but you need someone to show you. You need someone who's going to say, okay, this system. You're not playing so well. This, that. And you work on it. And because you work on it, you become stronger. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over, which is more or less what we are doing, we don't have, these people from outside coming in. But just as a matter of interest, when I say this from outside, I also do think that for our situation, it's also... We can do better in a sense that, remember, in today's world, you don't have to have people traveling. There's the hybrid we are not taking advantage of as South Africa because we can make matches against India, against this country. We can host tournaments which can be federated. And you just need centers. If you have a center in Cape Town, in Joburg, in Pretoria, where there's an arbiter, and a center in Delhi, a center there, you are good to go. And I think we need to be leaning more towards this. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But I'm saying that India is here to stay.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, we have decided to highlight some moments of the winner of the tournament, Praggnanandhaa. This kid he's got so much correct about him in his play. Okay, he can do almost everything. He's been on the ropes. I think perhaps he lost one game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it did.
And bounces back. And yeah, he's definitely someone to watch in the near future.
Absolutely.
And he's made a statement at the first big tournament of the year. So, I mean, here we have our first position.
Yes. So we're going to look at it story-like.
Yeah.
Like we'll start from the beginning and the critical moments, of course. There are some rounds where he drew and so on, which we will not look at because we don't think they're critical, but some critical moments. And we're going to go through from more or less the beginning. I think we started round 2, yeah?
Round 2 against
Satarov, yeah?
The player Abdusattorov, who he's been threatening to win the tournament for a couple of years now. Even this year he got close. So
wasn't he? Is he not the defending? He was a defending champion.
No, he hasn't won it yet. Last year he almost won it. The previous year he almost won it. He's lined up to win it, but who won it last year? I'm not sure. Either he lost it in a tiebreak last year. Something.
I'll have to double check. I thought he was the defending champion.
No, he's not the defending champion.
No problem.
So okay. Let's start at this moment. So it's Praggnanandhaa with the white pieces, Abdusattorov with the black pieces. Crazy game.
Yeah.
And black has got quite an active position, and Abdusattorov here decided to immediately get his material back. He played knight takes e3.
Mm-hmm.
And it's e3, and apparently the engine doesn't like this too much, because perhaps black could have utilize this better. But just to briefly look at what happened, the game continued and white got some counterplay going. But instead of knight takes e3, I actually want to maybe not this moment, but pretty soon I'm going to ask the viewers to pause. So here, instead of knight takes e3, what can black do to improve, or what can black do actually if he doesn't take material? That's the question.
Exactly. You know, because we checked, and the engine shows the way. But before that, I was always trying to take advantage of the bishop on a6.
Yeah.
The bishop on a6 is not protected.
Yeah.
But I think because sometimes it's always what you are linking it with. I was linking it with the white king, and I kept trying to find a way to attack the white king. I was looking at making knight b4 check work. I was looking at making bishop c2 maybe work, and all these things, and I wasn't able to really come up with a nice solution. I even looked at bishop c5 and still no nice solution. But the computer finds a very beautiful solution.
Actually, it's stunning. Actually, maybe if you want to pause the video here, try to find the continuation for black. And like Watu pointed out, there's some tactical weakness here. The bishop is hanging.
Exactly.
And the computer first of all suggests, not knight takes e3, but bishop to e4, hitting the rook on h1.
Exclamation.
So blocking the file, not going for the e pawn immediately, and maybe white can. Of course, white needs to move the rook. Maybe he can overprotect there.
Right.
And the big question is why did bishop e4 have to happen here?
Exactly.
And we were looking at this position for a while, and then once you see the move, it is clear.
Yeah.
But it's you need to be alert. And this is still early in the event. I don't know if Abdusattorov was just not there yet on the crispness.
Yeah.
So the move that wins on the spot here.
Beautiful move.
Wow.
The knight is hanging, and now you're hitting both pieces.
So bishop e4 actually pushed the rook away to make the knight in.
Beautiful.
Wow, nice combo.
Playing the whole board.
Nice combo. Two bishop moves, bishop e4, bishop b8.
Yeah, but then the whole board is influenced. The h1, the ace, the whole board is playing. Beautiful move.
So the youngster misses it. I mean, these guys barely miss these tactical ideas, right? So, but what happened afterward is, knight takes e3 happened, and both players are fighting. Bishop c4, and you can see black is still looking at the king side, but
this is very impressive. The idea is obviously counterplay, but look at the time that he has left.
1 minute.
1 minute. But he goes for activity, maximum activity. The king is now all of a sudden in danger.
Yeah.
The black king, more than the white king, is in danger. Takes. And then now
96.
takes on f7.
Pins the knight.
Pins the knight. And now
It's a pain now.
crisis.
To
Crisis.
sort this out.
Yeah, imagine knight f3, knight g5, and then all of a sudden you're losing, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's point this out to the viewers.
then,
Stuff happening over there.
cage one, everything.
Yeah.
So
Black used the material.
yeah, of course. I mean, he has to try not to lose, and roundabout here.
This is actually interesting. Yeah, it'll take c2.
Get checkmated, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Point that out there.
Right. So perpetual check.
And the actual draw happens. So that's in round 2. Interesting stuff from the two I would say two top promising players actually.
Sure.
So that's round 2. Prague escapes with tenacious defense over there.
Yes.
So the next round, or not the next, what round is this? Yeah, the round 3, right?
Yes.
Round 3. And Prague's got the black pieces against his compatriot here.
Yeah.
Both played at the Olympiad, both got gold medals there.
Mm-hmm.
And Hare Krishna has got an interesting position. A lot of pawns being thrown at black.
Yeah. Look, for me, I think that, we were discussing Hare Krishna plays here basically g6. It's a strange... well, it's a logical move, but not logical, but it's a move, but it's strange to play this without. Let's just look. How much time did he go?
He spent about 5 minutes on this one.
Yeah. He should have spent more, possibly. Yeah.
It's very energetic move, of course.
Yeah.
Open up the black king.
But what is interesting is that if you look at both players, you would have been expecting Prague to play such a move.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna is normally very solid.
Yeah.
So then, for me, the logical thing is that he actually misses a defensive idea in this position. Because if we say, okay, G takes takes on G6, takes on C4.
Takes on C4, which to me...
Opens the rook.
Okay, opens up the rook.
And now he plays B3. So then he says that there's something wrong. So for me, the way I see it, I think his original intention here was rook G3. To try and get... And he probably assessed it like, okay, if king h7, I can play queen f3. I'm just making an example. Yeah. And G6 is always soft and this and that. And sort of. But I think what he misses here is what the computer shows. Okay, once you see it, you see the logic of it, but it's easy to miss G5. And, you see the rook on f8 and the queen on f2 are on the same line.
Yeah, so you cannot take on h4 at all. Yeah,
it becomes, and then now all your black squares are very weak, and
bishop c5,
and everything, right? So I think
that's the key move here for black g5, right?
Yes, and I think this is the move he misses. But then let's have a look. What is of interest to me? He plays b3, right?
He does b3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
now Prague is trying to trade off some pieces.
Yeah. Because then there are weaknesses in my position, right?
And here Prague actually shows that perhaps he had the understanding of that earlier position. So he plays g5 again.
So it means it was already, exactly, it was already there. And we can see now the problem, the black squares are collapsing.
And okay, now the youngster is not going to give you any chance to get back easily. So
he's very technically sound.
Yeah,
he doesn't let go. I mean, we've seen even he's played a lot of games against Carlsen, of course, in Rapids, where he actually he shows even against players like Carlsen that once he's better, he doesn't let go.
Yeah,
he will clean.
Yeah.
No. So that was a very impressive. But okay, Hare Krishna unfortunately didn't play as well as he was playing because before
that, round 3. Before that, he beat Erigaisi, and maybe he was feeling the moment too, perhaps.
Yeah. And he decided to go for it, but maybe he misses that in G5.
Okay, so next we have a game here with Erigaisi.
Very interesting. Okay.
Which round was this, by the way?
I'm not sure.
Check actually. Round 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Round 3.
Okay.
So
Right. So he plays Erika. He said, for me, what is interesting, okay, the opening choice. Okay.
Okay, so we have a Catalan on the board.
Yeah.
C5.
Yes.
C6.
Right. And right here, if you look at it, if you look at the time, how much time does it take before he plays D takes C5? Let's have a look.
So he goes D takes C5, by the way. He takes about 5 minutes.
Right. So I think, well, I'm speculating here, but I think a number of things play a role here for both players. I think Erikaisi, for playing this line, he probably sees in some games that Prague played, and he has prepared something. And we know that he likes activity. He's prepared something very sharp and so on. But Prague probably smells a rat around here. And Prague, knowing Erikaisi, decides that it's best to take the game into a quiet situation, right? And then he goes for this end game.
Yeah, by the way, this is round 3. So Hari Krishna's game was round 2, and Abdul Satorov's game was round 1, by the way. So he goes D takes C5. By the way, Queen A4 is a bit more ambitious over here. We saw this with Kukesh versus Giri in round 1. Very, very fascinating game. Go check out that game on our channel as well. So D takes C5 played, also a well-known line. It's been seen for ages, but okay, Catalan players, we play it and we're always trying to grind this little bit of something. Knight B2, and black plays your typical C3, just trying to disrupt the structure.
For me, this position is more psychological more than anything. You're playing against the opponent more than objectively the position, because I think that the difficulty that black is having here is that once white chooses this position, there's very little for white to work with, but it's very difficult for white to lose the position. So, and I think there are players, for example, I in my mind at that level, I think if someone plays it against a Giri, I mean, Giri will welcome this position as black. You'll see it as a day off. Defend a little bit passive, sit there, defend, get a draw with black, happy.
Go home and tweet something.
Yeah, and then next round here's white. Right? But I think for someone like Erikaisi, it's a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, Erikaisi had a bit of a shock there in round, I think it's around 1 or something. He lost. He had a rough start.
Yes.
Obviously, the guy's frustrated. It's the latest 2800 in the on the block.
Exactly.
So he doesn't have a nice start, and now it's a bit of a strange decision for me, for Erikaisi to play this one. And maybe he saw something that Prague plays in this line.
That's what I'm saying. That I think he didn't expect D takes C5, because if he expected this, he would not have entered this variation.
So Prague plays something interesting here. I haven't seen this. Maybe I just haven't been looking at this line enough. Maybe Erikaisi as well. I don't know, but. Prague plays this interesting knight E1. I kind of like it. Knight goes to D3. Maybe just something new. It's all about just getting your opponent out of the
or maybe not as popular. No?
Yeah. So, and here comes a moment where I think Erikaisi perhaps doesn't play the best, or maybe this wasn't on his laptop with a specific position that day.
Yeah.
So he plays,
and he was a bit out of form in the beginning of the tournament as well, right?
So Bishop D7 is apparently not the best. It's not horrible. It's very natural looking, but I think Rook D8, Bishop E7 were the choices from top players in the previous games. So Bishop D7, Prague gets a little bit something going on here. You can see the coordination here with the Rook and the Bishop.
Exactly.
Right. So Knight A5. And this steps right into Knight B3.
Yeah. Now it's very unfortunate for black that first you repair the white structure, but it becomes difficult to defend B8 because one player Rook B8 because of Bishop
F4, right? Let's point that out. Protecting B7, and all of a sudden that's
So you gotta go
Bishop C6, and this is okay for technical.
Yeah, possibly you can still hold this, but. You can only draw this when you play very well as black.
And now you are frustrated on top of that as a player. It's not so lovely.
And it's very easy to play for white. Well, at that level, put the bishop on C5, as you can see. the pawn on c5, the pawn on a7. Just find the solution for the pawn on b3, and you're ready to go.
Yeah,
but the king is suggests itself, yeah. And
so Pragg is playing around. He can play this for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's doing it so nicely, shuffling around, tiring his opponent. Okay,
frustrating him. Yeah.
Knight b5, and
so I mean, unfortunately for Eric Gaissi, it shows his form in the beginning of the tournament. I mean, it's not a 2-8 performance.
Yeah.
He was just not in the game. But okay, but Pragg played this well and took the point.
Valuable experience for Eric Gaissi as well. I mean,
I think you know what
the
point is that it just shows, because I mean, at that level, he's been playing a lot of open tournaments. At that level, openings are very important, because you cannot just go into a specific opening, because the guys they've got so much knowledge about many different lines, which you don't have at lower levels. I mean, and the reason for that is just the lower levels are not professional. You know, they have to be doing other things. The players have to be doing other things to earn a living, right? And at this level, these guys, they can do 24 hours chess without any and every day and for years. So it accumulates that knowledge, right? So, and we saw he just got himself into an uncomfortable position and he was just clean.
Maybe not the best choice of opening there for the circumstance there. Eric Gaissi.
But brilliant from Pragg,
and then let's move on to the next one. Praggnanandhaa had the black pieces against Jordan van Forius, which was round 7. Round 7. It's a long event, to 13 rounds, so you kind of need to pick your moments to
look. The point is that, I mean, we all know this as chess players. Chess, you requires a lot of energy. You need to pace yourself, and the person who feels the energy is you. And we saw in many rounds that Pragg felt that, okay, my energy is not at a level where I can fight, and he was going for slow games and some relatively quick draws against some of the even slightly lower rated players than him. But it's all about energy, waiting to get the energy back, and then you're going. And you know, it's always about timing. When do I play? You're not a machine that will just play every round, but only chess players will understand this.
For sure,
of course. So
so at this game, we just want to point out something very interesting that happened here. This game actually also ended up in a draw, but this is modern day preparation one. So let's see. Okay, so this is some bishop b5 line in the Sicilian. And white pushes e5. And I don't know, most of the times I've seen knight g4. And after knight g4, let's say it takes over there, and then white goes to h3, and then we go g4.
I've had something like similar against Grove, I think.
I think I've seen that game.
It's just standard.
It's typical stuff, right? But okay, knight h5. It hit my radar a while ago. I saw Caruana play knight h5 also somewhere. It's more modern stuff. And the knight I saw was one game Caruana doing this with his knight. Right? But after castles, Pragg plays bishop g7. So cutting off the retreating square. So now immediately my thought is, okay, let's catch that knight. But okay, the knight has that square.
For now.
So, okay, white first protects the pawn, of course.
Yes.
Black goes knight d4, typical move. And white plays d3, maybe just trying to...
taking control of the square.
And now maybe g4 is a possibility. And black goes castles.
Ignores.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long did these guys think here? Okay, white plays it almost instantly.
But it's not long, because I think to play like this, both players obviously have analyzed the position and it's in their folder. And they both know the position.
So g4, the knight is trapped. What's happening over here? Maybe the viewers can again just pause, try to find Pragg's prep over here. And the move is pawn to d5. Completely ignoring the situation on that side. The knight is, of course, still... The knight is up for grabs. What's the point of d5? White goes ahead and protects the pawn.
Well, if you take this bishop g4, right? For there's ideas first with bishop g4, because then
That is it.
yeah,
Yes.
then
That just drops the
then still the bishop is still
nice.
Mhm.
But of course, okay. And actually, let's put it out there. Let's just h3,
yes,
a6, bishop a4, and the knight is still trapped.
yes,
Right? But of course, black now is going to get the bishop back.
right,
He's trapping. So you trap my piece on this side, I trap your piece on that side.
nice,
Welcome to modern day theory.
yeah,
So takes b5, and this was just so interesting to see what.
Yeah.
Okay, eventually black gets his piece back,
Yeah.
and these guys ended up in opposite color bishop in
Yeah.
game, man.
yeah. So it's
Interesting stuff.
yeah, straight from the I think so. Prague is not unhappy with having a draw as black, and I think John van Forest is he's also he knows this line, but he's not unhappy as well to get a draw against Prague. So
Jordan also, I guess you could say, he's also a bit dangerous here on home ground. I mean, he almost won this tournament.
he once won it.
Did he? Oh, he won it actually.
Yes.
Over Giri, right?
Yes, he once won it. They played a playoff.
I was saying almost
He
actually.
once won it.
He won it.
Yeah.
So dangerous on home turf over there.
Definitely.
Okay, so that is an interesting draw over there.
Mhm.
And next we have Anish Giri versus Praggnanandhaa.
Yes,